Wait, I guess this must be clarified. Yes, altruism is good. That's where the spirit of heroism, unconditional love, and self-sacrifice comes from. But it doesn't necessarily mean self-interest, which appears to be on the opposite end, is always and inherently wrong. I haven't really figured this one out, and I think no one has made any conclusive explanation yet. But this is worth discussing, so damay ko na kayo. Let's quickly go through what thought process we undergo when we make decisions, what explains our behavior. According to some theories in behavioral economics, lahat tayo ay rational and self-interested human beings. Homo economicus. Now, don't be intimidated by the Latin term. It simply means that we are an economics man. We are rational. Being rational in this sense is not the same as yung ginagamit yung common sense or logical reasoning. Rational in this language, in this context, simply means we always pursue the very thing that gives us the highest benefit or the least or the lowest cost, all according to our own subjective valuation. Add to cart kasi ito yung nakasale. Dito ako mag-a-apply kasi maganda yung company benefits. Siya ang iboboto ko kasi he promised for change. It makes sense, no? In everything we do, our interest is always guiding our actions. But what about altruism? This is when a person does something not for themselves but for the benefit of others. And usually it's even at the cost of the giver. This is covered in economics, psychology, philosophy, and even biology because animals have altruistic behaviors as well. Magugutom ang parents basta makakain ng anak. Mag-donate ng organs even it's for strangers. And of course, the famous unconditional love. Hayaan mo na lang akong mahalin ka kahit di mo na ibalik. So, what now? In one school of thought, humans are selfish. But on another principle, we are selfless. So ano ba talaga? I told you this one is not fleshed out yet. But let's push the thought further. Guguluhin ko pa kayo lalo. Are we really self-interested? Do we always do things to maximize our benefits? Pag pinakyaw mo yung binibentang cookies ng friend mo, takaw mo, no? But maybe you bought that in bulk to sustain your friend's business. Or like choosing the course that you love, your first choice, dahil dito ka magaling, dahil dito matutupad ang dreams mo. But in the long run, didn't you choose that course to become a significant key player in society? Didn't you choose that course to be able to help your family or have a family of your own and you will be the provider? Doesn't seem so selfish. They say humans evolved as social creatures. No man is an island. So, are we really self-centered? But on the other side of the coin, are we truly altruistic and selfless? For example, when doing charity work, your org is not asking for any payment. That's commendable. But maybe this is actually just part of a long process of inviting people to be part of your community, wear their t-shirt, and sing songs of kumbaya. Or when helping out, a street beggar. You genuinely gave a share of your money to that person because you wanted to help that person out. But maybe you did that to absolve you of the guilt that you feel when you're seeing that person at that very moment. Because giving a small tip would automatically remove the cause of your emotional pain nung nakikita mo siya na yun. Pag binigay mo, mawawala na siya. So, is that really altruistic? There's this popular adage in economics, there's no such thing as free lunch. There's always a price, there's always a cost. Confusing, no? Maybe it's a combination of both. Maybe we're switching from one school of thought to another as we go along with our lives. Wala pa tayo dun sa other concepts like justice, fairness, and reciprocity on how these things influence our behaviors. So I don't know. What are your thoughts? You can share it. Wait, I guess this must be clarified. Yes, altruism is good. That's where the spirit of heroism, unconditional love, and self-sacrifice comes from. But it doesn't necessarily mean self-interest, which appears to be on the opposite end, is always and inherently wrong. You have to look out for yourself. Self-interest operates in a spectrum from self-care, bodily autonomy, independence, survival, ego boost, or vanity. Self-interest comes into play in all of those contexts. People become motivated when their desire for success is so strong that no opinion of other people would even matter. I guess it only becomes wrong when your pursuit of self-interest, when you're trying to be the best, when you're trying to be the rational homo economicus, you do that at the expense of other people. Now, that's just wrong. So, I don't know, am I just complicating things? Or maybe I'm just simply acknowledging that human behavior is simply complicated. Anyway, wag na tayo lalayo. This channel is all about authenticity and real talk. To have that discussion that we all wanted to have but no one's doing it. This video, what is this? Is this for my own interest? Maybe, to get likes? Or maybe this is motivated by altruism that I just wanted to give out free, informative, and educational videos with a spike of entertainment. I don't know. Maybe you have to hit subscribe to know more. Anyway, I'll be featuring some relevant links that better explains the concepts I briefly discussed. You can listen to the expert's opinion below and not just from an amateur like me. Also, please check out one entry of mine in Shared Stories. I discussed what I was willing to do for a friend, and I'm not sure if it was motivated by self-interest or maybe I was being pushed to care for my friend. And somehow it involves killing a frog. I'm sorry about that. Yun lang. Enjoy the videos!